Handwerk pushing. Butler to the win. Oh, they're side by side coming to the win.
Oh no! Oh no!
Anthony Keysweater is your winner.
Legs are tied, these hands are broken. Alone I try, with words unspoken. Silent cry, a breath is frozen. With blinded eyes, I fear myself. It's burning down, it's burning high. When ashes fall, the legends rise. We burn it out, a mile wide. When ashes fall, the legends rise. Throat is dry, my vision's fading. I'm paralyzed and left here waiting, taking time. Just one step forward, won't lose my mind. I'm here to stay. It's burning down, it's burning high. When ashes fall, the legends rise. We burn it out, a mile wide. When ashes fall, the legends rise. Whoa. Do something about it or just stand there and bleed. It's burning down, it's burning high. When ashes fall, the legends rise. We burn it out, a mile wide. When ashes fall, the legends rise. Legends rise.
I am Roland Johns. I am sim racing.
I'm Wes Fuller, driver of number 35, stand up to Cancer Forward. I am sim racing.
Hi, I'm Cameron Peterson. I am sim racing.
What's going on? It's Rob Biotti from 4i Racing, driver number 44 Toyota Camry, and I am sim racing.
Hello, I am Christopher Hamilton, and I am sim racing.
Hi, I'm Eric Andrews. I am sim racing.
We are sim racing.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Core Racing Series. We are the fan finale tonight. That is right, the last race of Season 4 for the Core Premier Series. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Mission Car Care, Southern Heart Creations, TechNet Professionals, Urbine Machine, Joka Graphics, and, oh, nope, that's all of them. And for our broadcast sponsors, Critical Hit Bachelors and Southern California's Nautilus Media Systems. Ladies and gentlemen, the fans have decided we are going to be racing the Silver Crowns at Dover tonight. Let's go ahead and jump over to one of the cars out there once we talk about tonight's race. Looks like we're having a little bit of a glitch on my side. 1 second. I don't know why that's not loading. And there we go. Boom. Got it. Okay, so once again, fan finale, Dover International, and to top it off, tonight's track is a mile and a half. It's gonna be, or sorry, no, it's not a mile and a half. It's a mile, which kind of ties into the song that we have playing for the intro, which is "Burning Out a Mile Wide." We are definitely going to burn out a mile wide tonight with these Silver Crown cars. They are tough to drive, no doubt about that. These guys are definitely going to have to work really hard There's a lot of horsepower, very light cars, kind of like driving little carts. Their back end wants to step on you a lot. And we were watching a couple. He just pitched it. Joshua Blitter there completing his lap, finding himself in the 6th place position. But yeah, back to these cars out here. You're going to see that they're going to be pretty difficult to handle. If one caution comes out, most likely they're going to scoop up 3 or 4 guys in that accident. So these guys have to be on their toes at all times when they're driving out here. So that being said, in the running, we have Kevin Foster, Willie Evernham, Carl Handwerk, Paul Butler, and Dylan McDonald. These drivers are not allowed to qualify. They're going to have to start in the back of the pack and work their way up to the front, which means if any accidents happen, that is a good chance for them to get knocked down or possibly get scooped up by that. So they got to be careful. Up in front, though, we have Nick Nickerson, Eric Andrews, Christopher Hamilton, Dan Heisey, Brandon Metler, Joshua Billiter, Matt Crockett. So 7 drivers against 5 drivers in for the running. Let's go ahead and pull these guys up for a little bit of conversation prior to the race and talk to them a little bit how they think that tonight's race is going to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I decided to bring everyone in for a group call. We have Carl Handwerk, Kevin Foster, Paul Butler, Willie Evernham, and then Dylan McDonald, who stepped out for a quick second. Guys, it's the fan finale. It's Silver Crowns at Dover. This is a devastating combo. How are you guys going to do tonight?
I mean, honestly, it's a fast car, but it's going to be one of those where, with only one fast repair, 2 mistakes, and you're done for the race and the championship.
Yeah, it's really tough.
Nah, it's super simple, guys. All we do is just hold it to the floor, turn left, and but turn 2 and turn 4 are going to be tricky coming out of those turns, especially after about 5 or 6 laps. The car gets extremely loose, and guys are going to be pushing it hard, and it's just going to be it's going to be crazy to watch. It's going to be entertaining.
With 100 laps to go, you guys going to see multiple pit stops or maybe 1 or 2 pit stops at max?
I think fuel-wise, we're good for a one-stop strategy, but it's really going to depend on how much those tires wear and if we get any kind of cautions. If we get an early caution, I'm sure people are going to want to come in and pit, and then you may have to come in and do a green flag pit stop if we go green. But I think really the yellows are going to determine that.
You think tires are going to last more than 40 laps?
Will they last? Yeah. Will they be hurting? Yes.
You want them off the car after 25 laps? Absolutely.
Yes.
I think Carl should test that out in the race.
Yeah, I think Carl would be willing to try and do 75 laps on one set of tires.
If we somehow, listen, we got obviously a great talent of drivers in here, and there's no surprise why we've been going green all the way through with some of these races. This one, with so much on the line, I don't see us going green all the way. I could be wrong, but if we do, it's going to be sketchy. I mean, Dover is a MFer to get into pit lane with any cars. I mean, these seem like they slow up pretty good, but you get on the brakes too hard with these I forget what they're called, like mid back brakes or something like that, but they will lock up and it's going to be bad. So I personally hope we don't have green flag pit stops because it's going to be sketchy.
Now, I want to bounce this over to Paul. Paul, you're coming off a pretty decent finish from last race. Do you think you're going to be able to duplicate that tonight, especially with such an odd track and car combo?
I would love to, but realistically, I just want to survive. I mean, we've had such a great season.
any one of the 5 here who wins it's going to be, well deserved.
Yeah.
But the goal is just to survive tonight. If I'm out front near the end, yeah, I'll try, but got to get there first.
Definitely understand that. Kevin, any last words for these guys? I know you're going to come out swinging.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it quiet tonight. Just good luck to everyone, and thanks for all the fans out there tuning in tonight. Last race of the season, and let's go get them and go have some fun, boys.
You got it. Willie, are you back? Nope, looks like he's quiet. Dylan, are you back?
Yes, sir.
All right, Dylan. So you got the wild card. You got pulled in here. Do you think you from the previous races and also watching you race in the Vintage Cup, you're pretty strong out in the track. You're still fresh to some of the guys out here, but speed-wise, you can definitely carry it through. Do you think you're going to have a chance to maybe show these guys up and snag away a win, especially the championship win?
I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens, but I guess I'm really excited to be a part of it and be in the Final 5. But with Carl being in the Final 5 and Willie, Paul, and Kevin, they're pretty fast guys, and I just hope I make it to the end with Paul. I got to hope for the best.
All right, man. Well, best of luck out to you guys, and good luck out on the track. I'd say keep her loose or keep her tight, but we're going to see how that happens with the tires wear. So with that being said, go get them, guys. I'll start moving you back to your respective locations for chat.
Thanks, buddy. Enjoy the race, man.
Will do.
Good luck, guys.
And win.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. All the cars out on the track. Once again, good luck to our season finale, our champions on the run. Let's roll through some of these cars out here. Give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek. Looks like we have Nick Nickerson running in the Dirty Mo Racing. Eric Andrews in that Raise Energy Drink, Rep Sports. Christopher Hamilton in the Death by Moose Media. I don't know what you call it, but it looks like I'd say firework paint scheme running Christmas. Wow, he's running all the different ones. It looks like we have Christmas on there. We have the Kauai Moose. I can't see that one. It looks like a dog. And then there's another Christmas one. So you ran the two prior cars and then the Kauai one from back when we did the SK Modifieds. Love that. Dan Heisey out there. What's up?
So he's trying to show he's excited about the brand.
Oh, yeah, he's always been a great supporter. Looks like we're going to be going 3 wide. Ladies and gentlemen, we go 3 wide. Oh, nope, I take that back. I thought we were. Well, whether or not we do go 3 wide, once again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for staying with us for 2 full seasons this year. It's been an insane one. I believe over 40 races total. Lots of great action as we get ready to go live. Once again, we wouldn't have it without you guys out here. Ladies and gentlemen, up in front, it's going to be Nick Nickerson, Eric Andrews taking the start.
Awesome. Track goes hot. Boys are racing.
Oh, yeah. And there we go. Eric Andrews with the great start up in front. Sorry, Nick Nickerson.
Closely behind him.
These guys are hauling through these cameras. Wow, I was not expecting them to go that fast. We know during practice these guys were throwing down some pretty fast laps, but having to keep cameras up with them is going to be tough.
Yeah, believe it or I don't know if it looks like it on stream or not, but these cars are going upwards of 120, 130 miles an hour. They're flying down these straights.
And we heard them talking about it. You know, they're not really going to last more than 25 laps on a set of tires before they are going to be loosey-goosey. And these guys are going to have to really do everything they can to keep these tires hooked onto the track.
Right. With so much power and so much speed going into a corner, those tires are going to heat up quick, and they'll be dialed for a couple laps. They're going to be running some fast laps here, maybe 2 or 3 laps, but after that, they're going to just start slowly declining, and eventually they're just going to have to go and change them.
That seems to be the plan, but some of these guys are going to try and play a little bit of chicken with the guys in the championship, see who's going to stay out there the longest.
Oh, right on.
They pretty much in Dover, if you pit, since it's such a long pit, you're going to lose about 2-3 laps, and it's too crucial. Where you exit for the pit, it's pretty long, so it's just gonna, I think it's like on the entrance of turn 3 and 4. Yeah, entrance turn 3 and 4, and that pace around, you have to really slow down just to make that corner, so it's gonna be very tough.
You see 2 cars flying past this guy.
Yeah, Joshua Billiter just had, looks like the number 38 Dylan McDonald and Willie Evernham, the number 19, pass in front of him. Those guys are in the running for the championship and already making moves out on the track.
Now look at them just staying on each other's bumpers. Staying in that draft is going to be crucial. That's another way to keep your tires good. Staying in that draft.
Ooh. And caution's out, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Matt Crockett on his hood. Oof. Let's get that back to a caution report and find out what happened. All right, here we go. Back with the live scene. Looks like Matt Crockett coming in at 3 and 4. Oh, stuffs it.
A little bit of wall tap right there. Those wheels kind of sending them spinning.
Yeah, you know, they kind of remind me a little bit about the dirt midgets, where if you're off center, or if you like turn and you're not in a corner, they just want to roll. It's weird. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a critical hit past the caution report. Oh, and I did not announce, with me in the booth is going to be Darren Hardesty. That's right. Darren Hardesty. One of the toughest racers out of Irishing Short Course and in real life.
Oh, man. I mean, I think everyone that races in iRacing Short Course is tough. That series is
brutal. It's brutal on you guys. Yeah. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go ahead and finish up this. I got to move one camera, I noticed, and I want to make sure that all the audio is perfect. I missed it. So, and we are back live. There we go. Dude, I can't believe all the races are they're ending. We went from, iRacing Short Course, and now we're that's over. DXR's over. This is the last race for Core Premier, and then we have 2 more weeks, or 1 more week. I think it's 2 more weeks of the Vintage Cup. So we're talking about wrapping everything up real soon right now, and
yeah, with the new year coming, I mean, everyone's trying to get another thing going, start a new series or start a new season at least, and maybe take a little bit of an off season. But other than that, everyone's kind of trying to restart, get something else going, especially with the holidays. Need a little bit of a break.
I definitely back that up. I could use one too.
Right.
But we are going to be coming back pretty strong. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we're actually moving the broadcast over. So the broadcast is no longer going to be Death by Moose Media. We still exist, but we're actually joining forces with Racecraft TV. And we're going to be hosting our first broadcast together as a group on Racecraft TV as the Grand National Race, January 10th. Don't forget to put that on your calendars. It's going to be about a 5-hour to 6-hour race. We just finished timing out the schedule. 4 different events. So you're going to get dirt oval, you're going to get rallycross, you're going to get oval, and you're going to get road racing all in one day. And you're going to see some professionals, some guys from. You're going to see a lot of Core guys out there. Core has been able to submit teams. This is a conglomeration between Racecraft, who I'm joining with, and Death by Moose Media. All of the leagues that we broadcast for, we're coming together and creating a league-on-league competition where we can race for some bragging rights. And also, we do have a sponsor through Sparco, so these guys will have a chance to win some soft goods from Sparco when they finish each event, which is going to be awesome because I know these core guys love their soft goods. I already have 2 core hats, one from the Vintage and one from the Premier Series, and I actually need to buy 2 more because I just ruined them this past week while crawling through some attic space. So I wear them everywhere I go. I love my core hats. Oh, you think iRacing Short Course is going to win the road race? Reese, are you going to be racing for them in road? I didn't know they had road drivers. I just talked with Connor. And actually, Darren, I was going to bring that up to you. Connor was telling me that Short Course didn't have enough drivers to submit a full team. So we're going to plan on merging everyone together. So it's going to be DXR, the DXR Super V at Saturdays, and iRacing Short Course as one giant league team.
Okay. That sounds good to me.
I think it'll be fun.
Good drivers in there. Yeah, we got some talent over in iRacing Short Course. So
yeah, I definitely. We just got to figure out who's going to drive what, because I know we had some previous stuff, and now we got to reorganize the team. But I think we'll. I know we have some people that are flexible, so we might have a. If Reese, if you're going to race a road, then we're going to have to put him with. I was going to put Mikey Lawrence on road too, so that'll be fun. All right, here we go. All right, up in front, Nick Nickerson, Christopher Hamilton, the outside. Willie Evernham sitting in 4th right now, and Eric Andrews behind him. Nick, quick to the draw, as always. He is gone.
Yeah, what a start out of him. He just gapped the field right there to that corner. Hopefully he can hold on to that, but it looks like people are going to be aggressive in this race, and it's easy to make mistakes in these Silver Crown cars. So, and it's a long race also. So I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and you know what's really tough is sorry, 1 second, I have to adjust something. What's really tough right now is Nick Nickerson. Man, I hate to bring up bad news, but he didn't make the cut because oh no, Willie Evernham getting into an accident. Oh my gosh!
Oh, look at that!
It just happened,
What
and he's
a save!
How? Wow, I'm impressed.
Man, that is wow. That is some throttle control and steering control right there. Wow.
I think that was luck.
Yeah,
I'm gonna rewatch that because that made me pucker up. that was definitely scary.
Yeah, I froze for a second watching that. That was insane.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say Nick Nickerson, who was one of the pretty much the contenders. He got knocked out of the finals because of an engine problem. He had one race where he blew an engine, and that pretty much tanked him for points wise. It's horrible.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah,
that's a heartbreaker.
All right, let's get over to that quick critical hit best Lewis caution report and find out what happened with these guys. We'll actually do it in person. I want to see exactly what happened with Willie, so you guys can get that nice flyby. Is that Willie, or it shows me Brandon Mettler crashed? But it's not. Oh, that is Brandon Mettler. What? No, it's not. It's Willie. Interesting. iRacing thinks it's Brandon Mettler, but it's not. All right. Well, we're going to give you an in-car for that one, so give me 1 second as we adjust the cameras for that.
Oh, up and over.
All right, and here we go live with it. Oh, Brandon Mettler also crashed. This is Brandon Mettler's crash. All right, and then Willie was in front of him. Ouch. That's tough.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
Yep.
Let's get back out there.
Yeah, it looks like he should be okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a critical hit bachelor's caution report. All right, so up in front right now after pitting, Dan Heisey, Joshua Billiter, Brandon Mettler.
All right. So some people already pulling into the pits and shaking a little bit of things up.
Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and actually drop that so you guys can see the pit stops that we have going on. So far, looks like Handwerk taking a pit stop every time a caution has come out, or it looks like he's doubled up on one. Butler also taking 2 cautions, or 2 pit stops, and Nick Nickerson, Kevin Foster taking 2. Kevin's sitting in 4th right now.
cars going into the pits there.
It looks like everyone getting up to... Yep, 1 lap to go, or 1 more lap to go before we go 1 lap to go. Oh, man. I'm excited, though. The Grand National race. Back to that. I want to see a little bit of an inside bet between me and Josh, my partner. I think the core guys are going to do really well. I know there's some really good off-road guys from Vors and Racecraft, but I think we're going to do pretty well when it comes to sprints, and then possibly carry that over on an oval and road win. I think Core's going to do a good job in that.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, and whether it's dirt or not, in oval, these guys are going to stand out. So I think we're definitely going to see some front finishes out of these core guys.
Yeah, I'm rooting for DXR, but
oh, of course.
I want to see some of these guys do really well, and I'm curious to see who they picked. I got to look through the lineups. He submitted them recently, and I got to actually submit the DXR lineups, but he's got them all submitted right now for the road and stuff like that. So I know we're going to see Christopher Hamilton in Rallycross. He's pretty good there. I wonder if they put because I think Foster's actually pretty fast at Rallycross. Either that or they gave him road. I know Foster likes to drive road and oval. So I don't know. I'm curious. I'm curious to see what happens.
Yeah, me too. I'm really excited for that event personally. It's going to be a good time, and I can't wait for it. I'm training in my off time. I want to come out swinging because I know in DXR I don't always have the greatest finishes. So,
but you're always a top contender when it comes to just general racecraft. You're always there.
I try and stay consistent with my finishes, and my goal is top 10. So, in some races that kind of works out because there's less than 10 people, but in the races where there's more, my goal is top 10 or top 5. It's different in iRacing than in real world racing. Excuse me. It's different in iRacing than real world racing because anything can happen.
Oh yeah. All right, here we go. Looks like Kevin Foster's got the restart.
Beautiful start out of the car, Kevin Foster.
Down into the back straight.
So Dover looks like it's one of those tracks where you can kind of carry your momentum on the middle lane just because the straights aren't super long, and that's going to be kind of one thing playing into these guys' tires is what lines they're going to pick every lap, because if they're picking the outside line every lap, I bet you their car will last longer.
Yeah, Dover's a tough one. With these cars, they're actually small enough to where you can drive multiple lanes, but the tough part, the really hard part about Dover is the corner tightens up on the exit. So where most, most oval tracks don't have a tight exit, or it doesn't carry the size all the way through. It kind of opens up on the back end or on the exits, so you can kind of swing out. Dover gets tighter, so when you try to swing out to the side, you end up slapping the wall.
That's a good way to keep drivers on their toes, though. Honestly, I've never driven a track like that. I personally never driven on Dover, but I know that would probably catch me off guard. It's something different.
Yeah, it really is, and throttle control is so key at Dover. In any short track oval, it's a lot of throttle control, but Dover's one of those tracks where you see right there Dylan McDonald catching the wall and popping up, and he is gone. He is still rolling. Caution should be coming out. Yep.
Oh, he's in the fence.
Yeah. And that also, it doesn't help that these are open wheel cars. So
a little bit of a loss of control can toast your whole race.
Yeah, it definitely can. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for that critical hit bachelor's caution report to find out what happened for, I believe it was Dylan McDonald getting caught up there. He just decided to make friends with the wall. The wall did not want to have anything of it. And here we go. Yep, Dylan McDonald just catching the wall on the exit of 4 and just can't get her straight. Oof. And then decides to just ride up the wall and lands. Oh, perfect balance.
Skateboard.
Yeah. He's that's a what, a 50-50 stall?
I'm not up to date with skateboard terminology.
I don't remember all my terminology, but I'm pretty sure that was a 50-50 stall. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a critical hit Bachelor's Clash report. Let's get back live. All right. So as you can see right there, we are exactly 25 laps in. We're 3/4 of the way done, and we've already had 3 cautions. It's a tough one. Anyone that says Dover and these cars are easy, I beg to differ unless you've been driving them your whole life. But they're a lot of fun. They're a lot of horsepower on these small little go-karts. Is the best way of putting it. Actually, how much horsepower do these things have? Let's Google these Silver Crowns.
They have, I believe they have 600 or 800 horsepower, but they're in a sprint car chassis on the asphalt. So sprint cars, you're sliding as opposed to
they're actually not a sprint car chassis.
Oh, really?
No, they're different. So there is actually sprint car asphalt chassis.
Okay.
Okay, maybe they are sprint. Yeah, maybe they are sprint cars. They're set up different. They're set up like little go-karts.
Yeah, they have their side skirts and the front bumper and everything.
Yeah.
But from my understanding, they're very, very similar to a sprint car.
The crazy part is they can hold 75 gallons of fuel.
Oh, wow. I mean, yeah, look at that big old rear bumper. They carry a lot of gas on them.
We were joking that they stuff it in the tires, they stuff it in the roll bar, they stuff it in the the Nerf bar, or the skirts, anywhere it fits.
Anywhere it fits.
Let's see, alcohol fueled. What is the horse? How much horsepower do we have? It looks like high octane alcohol. I'm really curious about these because they didn't have too much information on them, and I wasn't reading through.
They have 819 horsepower.
What?
819 horsepower.
Oh my gosh, that's not right for those small tires.
That is wild.
That
is without a windshield, like small, like relatively small sprint car like chassis, like bigger go-kart basically. That's 819 horsepower.
I think they're the same size as like a Miata. It's like an 800 horsepower Miata.
Yeah, except they probably weigh less. So
they weigh about 1,000 pounds. I think is what it said.
Their power to weight ratio is probably insane.
1,500 or under 1,500.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's insane. I couldn't imagine that.
I mean, you think if NASCAR takes throttle control?
Could you imagine having that much? And I bet you they're single gear. Let's find out actually. Oh no, they're multi-gear. I heard these guys talking about shifting to the third. Let's pop up the dashboard so you guys can see what it's like for these guys to shift up and down. We'll ride along with Carl Handwerk on this restart.
Yeah, because I've driven them before, but it was with my buddies. We had a couple laughs about it, spin around a couple times, then we go to a different session.
Right, just break loose.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
I know I tried these, and I was like, nope, putting them back.
Yeah, we tried them on a dirt track a couple times, couldn't make it happen. It is what it is. It was, it was a funny $11 or $11.95, whatever it is I spent.
We're gonna have to see if we can put these on a road course.
Yeah, that's what I'm interested in, because these things would fly.
And they're equal wheelbases too, which is the best part. They're not
right.
They're not staggered.
I was gonna comment on that. They look like they can handle a road course.
Oh yeah. All right, pace cars off. Cue that music. Put that green flag up in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, the restart's going to be on Nick Nickerson. Christopher Hamilton on the outside, and sitting in fourth is going to be Carl Handwerk, who we're currently following. Let's see how these guys handle shifting. Wow. Look at that.
So
look how fast they're going into the corner. 120? No, more than that. Still in second gear.
We go this straight away. This
has got to be a two gear car, because they're still in second.
Most likely. I can't remember what they
He's-
are personally, but they
Carl's still
probably-
going faster. On the straight, he peaked out at 180. No, sorry, not 180. 280 kilometers per hour, which I think is like 140. Rough
Wow.
math.
That's insane. Oh. Thought we had a little bit of a setup for a pass there, but looks like he's just playing it safe.
Yeah, 167 miles an hour, give or take some change. On a straight.
Oh my gosh. And this is a short track.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. These guys are going for the big leagues right now.
Wow.
That's so cool.
Yeah. How do I get into these in real life?
Yeah, I want to drive this. Could you imagine taking an impact like that though?
Oh, I mean, you probably die.
Yeah, like.
excuse the non-family friendly, but that's the truth of what it is.
Yeah, that's like you take one accident and your career's over. Just take a knee.
So I mean, if you're an insane adrenaline junkie and you like to go fast and you like to play with the chances of death, then these are the cars for you, my friend.
Yeah, that is so awesome. They must have subclasses because there's no way you'd stick a rookie.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Inside of an 800 horsepower go-kart.
You like the desert racing scene nowadays and stick a 12-year-old inside of a 900 or I guess 1300 horsepower nowadays trophy truck with 30 inches of travel.
Yeah. He'll be okay.
That's what nowadays. Yeah, he does it. Not a big
Who are you
deal.
talking about?
I guess I'm not talking smack about him. Jack's Redline. He's a pretty good driver. I don't know that he's 12, but he's significantly younger than I am.
How
and
old's
he's in a-
Prater? I thought Prater's like what, 16?
Yeah, Mason Prater's 16, and
Yeah.
that's kind of a regular age for like a middle class, like short course vehicle, like a Pro Light, something that probably only has, I think, 430 horsepower, but it's got big old tires on it and stuff like that. So that's nothing out of control. I mean, and I'm not trying to downplay how impressive that driving is. It takes a lot of talent to wheel around a fixed rear end truck with 430 horsepower in the dirt.
Yeah.
And they're built to do that kind of thing. But I mean, a 30-inch travel 900 horsepower trophy truck is a different animal. I'll tell you that much.
Oh no, I could agree. Oh, look at that right there. Sorry, riding along with Willie Evernham right now, exiting 2. Did you see him skip out to the side?
Yeah, I
Watch-
caught that right there. I saw that snap right out of the corner.
I don't even want to call that a snap, dude. That reminds me of go-karts skipping around the K1 speed track.
Oh,
you know, like
yeah.
you take the corner a little too fast and you hear that, and you're actually hopping the go-kart.
Right.
That's what it looks
That's
like when they exit these corners. It feels like it's hopping on them.
Look at just through the camera, you can see the amount of G-forces they're pulling through these corners.
Yeah, here, let me throw the gyro cam on so you guys can see how much. Oh, looks like we have a car down in. Oh, no, it looks like he's coming out of pits right now.
Yeah, look at that. Watch how much it comes back when they get on the straight.
Yeah.
Wow. This car is a piece of art, honestly. I've never taken the time to.
Yeah, look at that counter steering a little bit just to keep it going.
Right.
Willie Evernham being one of our best oval short course oval and not short course, short track oval and dirt drivers. He's got a lot of time behind the wheel and definitely he's got the mentality to drive close to someone and not be afraid.
Yeah, it looks like the last couple laps he kind of tried to save his tires against the two up front battling, and he's definitely looking like he wants to make a move now. These guys' tires are getting kind of hot from trying to run fast, and he just tried to stay conservative. And he's looking for room. I can tell you that much. He's looking at his bumper. He's definitely looking for room.
Yeah, we saw him, earlier where he was coming across the line, and and him and another driver, I think it was Dylan McDonald, slid in front of Joshua Billiter like 5 laps in. Just boom, there, and going with it. And you can see right now Dan Heisey and Paul Butler also fighting for position. Sorry, that's Dan Heisey and Dylan McDonald both running Alpine paint schemes. They're out there. Let's roll through the field right now. Nick Nickerson up in front, still in first, dominating lead. Carl Handwerk. Christopher Hamilton behind him with a follow-up. Chris being an honorary oval winner now. He won his first oval race and can no longer sport hashtag not an oval guy on his cars. And then it looks like Carl Handwerk sitting in third right now, trying to reel him back in. Kevin Foster in fourth. Willie Evernham in fifth. Dan Heisey in sixth. Paul Butler moving up to sixth, getting around Dan. Dan, he's going to break it loose. Can he keep her straight? Good recovery on Dan there.
Yeah, that was a pretty clean recovery. He was smart to get off the gas and just kind of let the wheel do its thing right there. There comes a point when you know to let the wheel just straighten itself out. You can't always do the work for it. Looks like he did that.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing to learn is just you gotta remember it kind of reminds me of welding. When you're doing TIG welding and you touch your electrode to the piece of metal and you start shocking yourself, you have to remember that you're the one controlling what's keeping you attached to the piece of metal and shocking you. You know, you can lift your foot and it stops. It's kind of the same thing where you start to get into an accident and you lock up, and then you have to realize like, oh wait, I'm the one that's preventing me from getting back under control if it's not too bad of a situation.
Yeah, 100%. The field looks like it's getting a little bit spaced out now.
Yeah, we've gone caution free for 26 laps, or no, coming up on 25 laps. We're 2 laps away from the halfway point.
Yeah, they've been running pretty clean for a while now. They're looking good, looking like they're getting used to these silver count cars.
Yeah, but look at the times that they're running out there, man. 22:50 or 22:56, 22:61, and then at the very end of 23. Like all these guys are pretty much running 22s, like low 22s, or it looks like mid to low 22s, which is really awesome.
That's a fast lap time right there. That's quick. I'm not familiar with it, but how many miles is this course by chance?
How many miles? This is this should be a 1 mile course.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I figured it could be much bigger. That's a fast lap time.
Yeah,
it is. What kind of cars run at something like Talladega?
I think you could get even faster. Then I wonder if they put wings on these things.
You would think they have to. It's something long like Talladega or Texas or something.
They would
like
just
that.
flip, right?
Got some long straights. Yeah, you spin them out. They're probably gonna flip. I mean, it's a little different than a NASCAR because they have the exposed roll cages and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they're a little bit designed towards aerodynamic, but I mean, I personally can't imagine these things flipping or spinning out there at least and staying on the ground.
No, I agree. They kind of act a little bit like the Le Mans cars, as we've been seeing out here on the track, where they start to spin and they actually just tumble over on each other and blow over, just because there's not too much clearance, at least between the skirt and the ground effects. It looks like they just want to keep it as low as possible and kind of break any air passing underneath the cart itself and just push it over. But that's a dangerous situation. The moment air breaks under, you lift and you go bye-bye.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why those NASCARs have those flaps now, because back in the day, that's why the 87 cars in iRacing,
they blow over. Yeah.
Exactly. They don't have anything kind of keeping them from just being a sail when they spin out.
That is correct. All right, riding along with Willie Evernham again. Looks like he's behind Dylan McDonald and Kevin Foster. Right now, Carl Handwerk is in the lead. He's going to snag the championship if he finishes where he's at. We're 56 laps in, ladies and gentlemen. But I think we need to keep an eye on Foster, and it looks like he's battling it out right now with another driver. We're going to go ahead and hop over to him. Yeah, Dylan McDonald, our wild card for tonight. So out of all the drivers that didn't make the championship, there was one driver that was going to get pretty much picked via the wild card, and Dylan McDonald is the wild card driver. You can see him right there next to Kevin Foster. Dylan, a new addition to, I'd say he joined this season, if I remember correctly. He came from the D League, but him and another driver, Brandon Metler, who are both D League drivers to start, got pushed up pretty fast to the Premier Series just because of the amount of speed these kids were carrying through out on the track. Extremely fast. I think they need a little more seasoning in the sense of being able to handle the cars. They're a little fresh, but overall, when it comes to just raw talent, like those kids got speed.
Look at the consistency. I mean, these guys look like they're just getting in a groove at this point.
Yeah, and that's
trying to find that works for them. That just keeps them in front of the guy behind.
That's what you have to do, though. You know, especially for short track. That's one thing I think a lot of people really don't get to see. With short track driving, if there's no caution, it turns into a single lane time trial.
Yeah, I mean, we see that in iRacing short course at Wild Horse Motorsports Park. That's such a short track that at the end of the day, that's as bad as it is, you kind of just got to smash the pass.
Yeah.
There's no really other way around it. It's not going to work if you go the long way around the course.
Yeah, exactly. And it's kind of funny because you'd assume like maybe Talladega or some of the super speedways, like really long tracks, to be more of a really long, drawn-out line of drivers. But, you know, it actually comes from these short courses where you don't really have room to pass and you don't have time to create that opening where, you know, in super speedways, you can draft up on someone, you can get a good run on them. And in short tracks, you really can't do that. It comes down to the minute errors that another driver makes out on the track and what happens. And it looks like Nick Nickerson. Oh, turned red. I thought he hit the wall.
Oh.
I was like, oh. He looks a little unstable there.
Yeah, he did. When we switched back to him, he looked a little bit upset out of the corner.
But everyone does. Once again, we are on probably 40-lap old tires. I don't think...
I'm mentioning they said something about lap 25 and tires, and a lot of those guys are staying out there and kind of risking it. So I'm sure here in a couple of minutes we'll see a lot of guys go in.
I think the biggest problem is with these tires. So if you look at them, they're still running 22s. If you hit the pits... Oh, Willie Evernham. Oh, my gosh. Whoa.
These guys have some great saves out here. This is impressive.
Yeah, and you can see him slowly inching up that track to the outside wall. Oh, Paul Butler, be careful, man. I think Paul Butler's also having an issue, too. Keep the camera on them for a second. But, no, back to what I was going to say is a lot of these guys are, you know, of the mentality, if you pit, you need to have enough time to recover or stay on that lap. And with these short tracks, there's no time to recover. Even with bad tires, you're still running a faster lap than someone can go in and out of the pits. And that's where it's killer. You know, your tires have to be able to make up so much speed that it's worth it, and it just really isn't. You know, from acceleration out of there and then getting up to speed and then pacing it out and not having, you know, a really good draft where you can catch up to someone, there's no advantage for them to pit on an off schedule. They have to do it during caution or just ride it out and gamble it. Looks like Willie Evernham and Paul Butler making some passes. As you can see, Darren, Nick Nickerson's still dropping behind time and not taking a second to hit the pits. We'll go ahead and jump over to him right now, right along in his cockpit, give you guys a feel of what it's like to be on some pretty worn tires trying to maintain a lead lap. As you can see on those exits, extremely loose.
Yes, I apologize. I had to take a break and respond to a family member, but I am back.
No problem. Family first.
Yeah.
Give you guys a really close view of what it's like to be on that front right tire and how close they're going to get to that wall.
Yeah, look at how that suspension is moving. This track is not a smooth track.
No, it is not. Dover, being an asphalt track, gets torn up pretty easily and also tears up the tires as well. I don't know if you know the difference between asphalt and, sorry, this is not an asphalt track. This is a cement track. Asphalt and cement tracks. Asphalt tracks are, a little more tacky and easier on the tires, where cement tracks, you actually get more traction, but they, depending on the track, some of them actually grade them. So they take, a bunch of saw blades and it's sawing lines into the track. But what happens, that turns into a cheese grater. So when you take this corner, you're pretty much shaving off a lot of your tire, and it's giving you a lot of traction, but do that for 10 laps.
It's kind of a trade-off. I mean, if they're gonna groove in a line, you're gonna lose a bunch of traction. So I mean, I'm sure there's some, like, not in iRacing, but in real life, I'm sure there's some sort of input from the drivers, unless they just kind of give them a blind track or something like that. But it's kind of a trade-off if it comes down to strategy. Like I said, I'm sorry. I know it kind of doesn't really affect the drivers a whole lot in iRacing, but it
actually does.
It
does, yeah. iRacing actually takes that into account. So depending on the actual track, they're going to change how much that wears on tires.
Okay,
so there's some tracks that are actually not bi tracks or dual surfaces. So they'll have like cement on the inside and then asphalt on the exterior, just so that there's more traction on the inside run, and the outside is more of a save.
Okay, I was wondering about that. I did not know that.
I'm trying to think which track it is. It's another short track that does it. I can't put the name. I want to say it's Martinsville. I want to say Martinsville does that.
I haven't been to that track either. I'm not much of a NASCAR guy or road track guy to begin with. I'm more of an off-road truck kind of guy, or buggy.
Yeah, we'll have to hit some of those in the trucks just to test them out. But
oh yeah, that'd be a fun race. I know a lot of people that are always interested in doing those too. So if we're looking for a couple more cars,
I think we might have to add that to the DXR season. Just do an oval race. Let's see what happens.
Sounds good. I know a few drivers in the DXR series want to do it too, so that'd be perfect.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. All right, so let's talk about the race right now. So 80 laps down, ladies and gentlemen, 21 to go. This is make or break for a lot of these guys right now. Carl Handwerk is in the lead. Look at that, Willie Evernham. Everyone that is in the running right now, other than Kevin Foster and Handwerk, are deciding to hit the pits. This is going to be crucial. If a caution comes out, whatever happens.
Yeah, exactly. Even if they go a couple laps down with those nice tires, they're going to be fast.
Yeah, but if we're looking at their lap times, they're still under the 20. Oh, let's see in 2 laps if Evernham and Butler can have a faster lap time than Foster and Handwork. If they can, then I'll eat my words, and they're definitely going to be able to try and make it back. But if they can't,
Yeah,
it's going to be tough, man.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't. So the pit lane is obviously different. So it looks like it's a little bit longer at this course, but at other tracks, I know that you can come in, get some tires, you go a lap down, maybe there's a caution, and you have a serious chance of catching back up.
Yeah,
But I don't-
under caution, possibly. But it all comes down to timing for these guys, really. So if you go under
Right.
caution under a lap down, you'll get your wave around and then start in the rear. But if you're 2 laps down, depends on how many laps you can complete before they catch up to you. Looks like Carl Handwerk reeling in Christopher Hamilton right now. Still no pitting from Foster or Handwork.
I mean, look how smooth Handwork is. It looked like number 64 there was kind of struggling going into the corner, and Handwork just puts that car where he wants to. He looks like he still has perfect control of it.
Yeah, but you can see it even around the turn 1 and 2, that midsection, he just slid up. Let's actually jump over to those roll bars so we can see a little bit how hard he's having to wheel this car just to keep her straight. We'll actually go to his cockpit view so you guys can see exactly what he sees out on the track right now.
Smooth movements. That's good.
If you're watching his wheel, it is making very minute adjustments on the exit of those corners. That doesn't seem like a lot, but that is a lot to do, especially when you're trying to straighten out a car on the exit.
Alpine car in front of him. Looks like he has fresh tires.
That's Dylan McDonald, the wild card for tonight. Looks like he's still having some issues on the track. And it looks like, to tap into what Mark Thompson just said, yeah, I think it's his theory is correct. Only pin under caution unless you have to grab fuel. Tires, you kind of got to wear them out. If you look over at Evernham, his fastest time still 22.926 last lap. And Handwork's running a 22.610. So, there's no difference. Oh my gosh.
Oh, we got a crash on the screen.
That is correct. It looks like Dylan McDonald throwing out the caution. 10 laps to go. All right. Someone's prayer was heard. That must have been Kevin Foster. Lord, let there be a crash. All right. Okay, so 10 laps to go. We definitely know these leaders are going to be pitting. But the big question is, we had Evernham, Butler, both pit on lap, I think it was 85 or 89. They're actually going to, it was like late 80s. I want to say 88 or 85. They don't need to go into the pits. What's going to happen between these guys? Is Carl deciding to stay out, or is he going to hit the pits?
Well, let's see.
'Cause that's going to put him in the back of the line if he does. Oh, he's going for it.
Oh, yeah.
He's got to try and beat out the pace car. So just grab a right, set, and go. It looks like he might be able to. Remember, he is slightly a lap ahead.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens when he pulls out.
Thanks for jinxing the race, Mark. No, that was a good call. I think that was something to point out. But it's definitely the strategy that seems to be working the best. But the question is, can Eric Andrews and Willie Evernham get in front of Carl Handwerk and Kevin Foster right now? So we're going to go ahead and watch their pit exits. Carl leaving the pits, burning some rubber. Kevin on his tail. Where's Willie? Oh, they're still on the back straight. Yeah, no, there's Andrews. How did Andrews get up there? No. Did Andrews just beat them at their own strategy?
I don't know. I was wondering the same thing.
I think he just did. Because I saw him racing out of there. Maybe he just pit like a lap early and got lucky. No, he did a hot pit. He's doing it twice. It looks like Nickerson, Hamilton, Foster.
I mean, that just...
Everyone's hitting the pits. Yeah, I hate when they do that to me. I'm always feeling like they're they stay out for a lap instead of pitting in, trying to get back to the lead lap.
Yeah, Handwerk has been ready for this race. His Instagram shows it.
Oh, yeah, he's been posting all the... Let's go through his posts since we have some time. We'll go through everyone out there. If you don't follow us on iRacing Short, if you don't follow us on Core Racing or the Core Racing League on Instagram, please do. Carl does a great job maintaining it, posting pictures and talking about everything. Also, if you have not been to the website, go check it out. It is extremely professional for the Core Racing Series, the Premier Series and Vintage Series. Articles typed up by yours truly, Carl, over there. He does a great job narrating and describing a lot of the situations, and then and between him and Paul, they do a great job managing that website. But it looks like we have he was telling me he was posting what do you call it, lyrics from the song for the intro while posting a picture of the driver's car.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it looks like he's pretty excited.
Oh, yeah. You kidding me? This is what, race number 21, I think? They had a 20 race season with the 21st or as the finisher. I'd be excited too. That's a long season.
Yeah, I bet you he's excited right now too. He's starting second row.
He's got Foster on his tail. On the outside too. So if Foster can keep him. So if I was Foster, I would do typical short track strategy. Stay to his outside, pinch him off on the inside, let him burn his tires as fast as possible, and you should be able to pace him on the outside with that much horsepower. Just don't let him swing out. Let him burn up his tires and see if you can get ahead of him. All right, this is it. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. 5 laps to go. I'm nervous for these guys. You should be too, because this is going to be a really close race. Cue the music. Pace car off the track.
Boom, and this side they go.
Yup. Nick holding it up just a tad bit.
We're green, green, green.
Carl Handwerk, Kevin Foster, great restart. Going to turn 1 and 2. Foster holds his line on the outside. Looks like Hamilton giving him a little bit of an issue there.
Yeah, Carl Handwerk goes to second.
Yep. Hamilton drops back out of position. Foster not able to capitalize on that. Oh, it's such a bummer. Foster had a good run on him too.
Yeah, he did. Looks like Hamilton kind of kept him back right there.
Yeah, I was expecting Hamilton to drop low and hold off Carl, but it just did not happen.
Right. Yeah, he was in the position too, and he probably thought he wasn't clear, which is a good call.
Yeah, very true. This is it.
Handwerk giving him pressure. Look at him charge up in the corner like that.
Yeah, even though Nick's not in the running, he's going to definitely go for him and try and get around him. These guys, they came to race, and that's what they're going to do. Going to keep our eye on Kevin Foster. Oh! Handwerk gets into the wall on the exit, or sorry, entrance into 1. That's definitely going to slow him down a bit. 2 laps to go. Looks like he's a little loose.
Can he pull it off?
Come on, Kevin. Can you capitalize on it? This is on you. Ball is in your court. What are you going to do?
Bit handicapped by that one little hit.
Look at that push, though. Kevin's going for it. Just closed him up by, I think that was a half a second.
Yeah, he's trying to make a move.
All right, this is it. White flag's out. Ladies and gentlemen, do not hold back, Kevin. Come on. Carl's got a great run.
See how this finish goes.
He sends it. He's going for it.
Sideline. He's looking for it. He's looking for the momentum.
Slaps the ball, throws everything to it. Wow. Great job, Carl Handwerk and Kevin Foster. Puts everything on the line right there on that last run. It's what you got to do. Beautiful.
Man, you guys really showed some talent and some speed out here tonight. That was really impressive.
Yeah, I'm
They
glad.
did a lot of under the green flag.
Yeah. Well, I think we had a total of 4 cautions.
Yeah, I mean
for 100 laps, that's
lap.
pretty much caution every 25 laps. That's perfect. That's a good run.
That's awesome.
Carl.
Yeah, Carl
Champion
doing his
winner.
donut tonight. Congratulations, Carl. That's awesome.
Looks like him and Nick Nickerson both celebrating.
Oh yeah, we got a race winner and a championship winner.
Yeah, I'm still pretty bummed out. I feel like if Nick would have just had a good run, he would have had it. This would have been his. It was all his. He had such a great season. And so did Carl. They were pretty much trading back and forth.
Yeah.
Man.
Excuse me. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to break to a quick commercial break and get these guys in the booth, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to our music festival,
Ladies and gentlemen, our third place finisher for tonight, the man, Kevin Foster. Kevin, you've had a really, really emotional season and an emotional year. A lot of great wins, a lot of close calls, and overall, I think a great season. And it really testifies to how strong of a racer you are on how much you've developed through core. Before, I could say you were a solid plate track driver, and could dabble back and forth. And now, from watching season 4, you've really shined actually in a lot of fields I never expected you to go to, and it's been awesome to watch you grow and develop as a racer overall. You put everything on the line on that last lap. I watched you just send it, and that's what you had to do. It didn't work out, but dude, what a great run and way to put it all on the line.
Yeah, good job, man.
First off, congrats to Carl on a championship, well deserved. But like you said, it's been an emotional year. So I want to thank everyone here at Core for we're like family, and it's been an emotional year, and I'm in tears right now. But thank you guys. I appreciate everything. Definitely have come into my own here in this league, and can't thank everyone enough. Everyone that supports us. Everyone that makes this happen, and man, it was tough. It sucks finishing second, but that's the way it is.
Hey man, second in the overall for a championship is a great thing to have. It does suck a little bit, but at the same time, you can always walk away with a smile that you were one of the best, and that's what matters.
You're one of the contenders. You're for sure one of the contenders. It could have been yours too, and that's not a bad thing. Congratulations, man.
No, it's not a bad thing. just I needed just a little bit more. I don't know what I needed, but whatever it was, I needed it. And, a couple things I probably could have done differently, but overall, they had the speed. I didn't. And gave it everything I had. Going into turn 3, I didn't lift. Bouncing off the rev limiter, and it stuck for the most part. Hit the wall out of 4, but
hey, you had to go for it, man. You had to go for it.
Hey, last lap, if Carl doesn't know this yet, but if I was able to get to his bumper, I was not going to hit the brakes. Last lap for a championship, so
go for
it. I'm go for it and do everything I need to do, and you know what I mean. Hopefully, next year we can finish the season off with a W and bring home that first championship.
No, dude, I definitely agree with you on that. I was just telling Darren, I'm like, I really hope Kevin just sticks it to the pedal because he's so close. He's just got to go for it and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, you picked up like half a second in the last 2 laps. You were looking like you were going for it. It was impressive.
Yeah, it was. I did everything I could, and thank you guys for broadcasting us and making our little dreams come true of getting to be on YouTube. And the friends and family watching means a lot to me.
Hey man, you make my dream come true too, where I get to broadcast really good drivers, and I get to have an amazing viewership from your guys' friends and family. I really appreciate it. That's one thing I've always enjoyed about Core is the family part of it. Everyone here, as we might not all agree on everything at once, but when it comes down to the wire, it's a family. Kind of a grassroots racing experience. It's like having a local track, and everyone shows up and practices against each other and compete against each other to be the best. And it's all fun and games. In the end, we are competing for prizes, but it's you guys are competing against friends, and that's the greatest part about it.
True. I mean, it's like you said, it's a family, it's friends. Sometimes we hate each other on the track, but at the end of the day, we all love each other. And, big shout out this season. Thanks for my beautiful wife downstairs. I love you. And the ones we've lost this year. Thank you.
Definitely understand, man. Well, thank you, Kevin Foster. You put on a great show, and can't wait to see you back tomorrow night and following up for the vintage season. And then for season 5, definitely a fresh year, fresh start. Come get them. And to see what we can do. And also, can't wait to see you participate in the Grand Nationals. I don't know what event, Carl, what you guys talked about, but I'm excited to see you out there and give some of those racers a run for the money. I got my money on Core, so let's see what you guys can do.
Amen, brother. Thank you.
You got it. You have a good night, man. Go celebrate.
Yes, sir.
Good job out there, man.
Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, our second place finisher for tonight's race, Carl Handwerk. Carl, I know you either were listening to the stream or by now. Kevin Foster was not going to lift. I was hoping he wouldn't lift either. That last lap, I wanted him to just go full send and try and catch up to you. You were on a great clip. Your strategy was on point. Only pit when there's a caution. We're looking at the lap times, man, and even under extremely worn tires, I didn't see a difference, and that's scary.
Well, there was difference in the feeling in my hands and wrists and forearms, and oh my lord, I mean, and I only have I don't have a direct drive, but I have a little bit more than just your G29. I have the Fanatec BMW wheel. And it was enough force feedback, I can tell you that. Man, I was hurting on that long run. All of us were complaining about it. So when we got that caution, we're all just driving like one-handed, letting our arm dangle down to get the blood flow back in there. But yeah, that was intense. That was intense, and it was. I mean, sketchy is not even the word. Like, it was just wicked trying to drive those things late on that run. I mean, every time I'm coming off a corner, from the middle of the corner, I'm basically dirt tracking it.
Yeah,
and you're just waiting for that one little snap that is just going to destroy you. And luckily for me, it didn't come. But yeah, it was fun, but nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it definitely was. Hey, Darren, do you got anything you want to throw in there?
I don't know. You did a great job out there, man. You showed a lot of consistency and a lot of speed that whole race, and your strategy seemed to be working. So you, all in all, you just had a great race out there, and it was great watching you do the thing that you do the best.
Yeah, I mean that's really what my strategy was going in. Is regardless of where I was in the field, I was going to be pitting under basically every caution just to get tires, but also fuel, because I feel like you put a little bit more weight on these back ends. It's obviously going to help the loose the loose feeling. So that's why I definitely wanted to get topped off every time, and even came in a couple pit stops under each of those cautions just to get that extra little bit of fuel. And yeah, I mean I was hoping that we got somewhat of a long run there, because I didn't really want to have a caution there at the end. And then when it came out with 10 laps to go, I'm like, oh boy. I mean, it was long enough. I knew nobody was going to stay out. So I was happy with that. But it sucked for some of the other playoff guys like, Willie and Paul that just got lapped right before that caution came out. So it'd been fun to have, 3 or 4 of us going at the end. But yeah, as good as those tires felt on that last little, 5, 6, 7 lap run, whatever it was at the end, as good as it felt, like the car just didn't seem like it liked it anymore. I don't know if it was just from scraping the wall a couple times or what, but I thought for sure that Kevin would have possibly had a run at me on that last lap, because it didn't feel right.
He got close. He got real close to having a run at you. He if he had maybe 0.2 of a second faster, he would have been in the pocket to pass you. Because he was able to catch you on those exits. Like, he was closing the gap, but you'd break away again. And so even though he tried to wind it up and send it in, it just not close enough to kind of capitalize on it.
Yeah. I mean, even on the last turn scared me a little bit. I got a little loose coming off. I'm like, oh boy. Yeah. But it almost looked like he did too. So. Yeah,
he punched it.
Yeah, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, he was like, if Carl mess, I'm just gonna plow through him. I'm just gonna go for it.
He said it was the last corner for a championship, and he just would have done anything.
Yeah, I mean, listen, all these guys out here are great competitors. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, obviously, if Nick didn't have the struggles that he had in round 2, he would obviously been in here, and clearly, regardless of the fact that he got to start on the pole and we got to start from the back, I think that was kind of a moot point. I mean, he was clearly going to be a tough guy to beat. Yeah. So, if we would have had to fight him for the championship, he's probably your champion. I mean, he won the most races this year, and unfortunately, all it takes is a couple bad races to take away your chances. Yeah.
Well, man, great job out there. I know you want to thank some people for this second place. And then championship win.
yeah. Overall, I will take it. No, yeah, I want to thank everybody that does this week in and week out with me. Not just the admins of Kevin and Paul and Eric and Nick. Those guys help me out a lot week in and week out. But all the drivers that come out here, it's fun. It's a good group of guys. For anybody that's looking into getting in with a good group of guys, whether it's this series or our vintage series. Even the D series, I mean, it's everybody is in here is good drivers, but also good to just kind of hang out with, pick their brains on things. So, thank everybody for the entire season for that. Thank Josh and Joka Graphics for all the awesome paints tonight and throughout the whole season. He does excellent work if anybody's looking for it. All our sponsors, Urbine Machine, Southern Heart Creations, TechNet Professional, everybody that helped us out for this year and hopefully maybe even next year coming. And shout out to to everybody, my wife Kenda, my dad, my uncle, everybody watching, of course, Kelly, my mother, my mother that is not really my mother out there, probably more my mother than the she roots for me sometimes. No, but it's been a fun season, and honestly, it's gonna be tough, kind of taking this month off. I know guys are gonna be chomping at the bit, so we're gonna get ready for season 5.
Yeah, definitely agree with you. All right, man. I'll pull you back in later. Let's get Nick up here and talk to him about his finish for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, for tonight's race, our first place finisher, Nick Nickerson. Nick, once again, a dominating run on a car that not everyone drives. I think that's where your specialty lies. You're really good at a lot of track or at a lot of vehicles that a lot of these guys don't get their hands on, and it's shows a lot of natural talent for racing. And I even Carl mentioned, I mentioned it too during the broadcast. I'm a little bummed that you got knocked out of the championship, because this is yours. It would have been yours. And it sucks.
Yeah. It is what it is. I mean,
yeah.
I can't fault anybody but myself for having 3 terrible races in a row at the wrong time. So
yeah, I feel you.
All in all, I mean, it was just a fantastic season. Tons of fun, man, and this particular race, man, that was nuts. I wasn't sure how that was going to work out in the beginning, man. And these cars are so incredibly difficult to keep control. After those tires started wearing out, I mean, I was pretty much dirt track racing it around the track.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Could have happened that whole time, huh?
I know, and I feel bad for lapping 2 of the playoff contenders there right before the yellow came out. But I figured that we wouldn't have a yellow, considering we haven't had one yet. On that tire stint. So, but
those things will get slippery on you, though. But you
yeah,
did awesome out there, man.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. That throttle control really comes into play when you get these high-powered, ridiculous cars.
Something Darren and I were talking about. I might do this for the next season of Core. What would you do? What would you say to these cars being on a road course?
I've seen that some people do that, and I'm assuming it's pretty fun. I don't know. We'll have to test it out. I wouldn't mind trying it.
I was thinking like Tsukuba or something like that, like somewhere where you don't get too much speed out of it, but you could and then you just put a governor on the max throttle and adjust the gearing a little bit so that you just don't burn out.
Yeah, we'll have to see, because you're only running 1 gear. I mean, you don't really want to be shifting in this thing.
Oh, it is 1 gear. Okay, that's we were talking about that, if it was a multi-gear or if it was a single gear.
There is 2 gears, but I think one is just for like starting.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll have to test it out. I mean, even then, like if we can find like a somewhat faster track like Lime Rock or like Road America or something.
Yeah, they're small enough to handle it. I'm just afraid with Lime Rock, you have that uphill, you can pop your tires and just go for a spin.
Yeah, that's probably not a good option. Huh?
You want a pretty smooth surface with these cars.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that. We might find something.
I think so. Since I've purchased them and you guys have purchased them, might as well bring them back, right?
Yeah, right. That's we'll see. We'll have to test that out.
Definitely. Well, man, once again, congratulations on a great race. Dominating run out there. Can't wait to see what you can do tomorrow. I believe you're in the playoffs for tomorrow, so you still have you have another chance to win.
Yeah.
So it's not over yet.
Man. At least I'm in the vintage Final Four.
Exactly. So you still got a chance to come back and put it to Carl.
Yeah, we'll see. Although I just do want to say, congratulations to Carl, man. He's did a good job this year, and Kevin too for coming in second.
Yeah,
phenomenal job all season long.
No, I definitely agree.
This isn't a very easy league with all the different cars and whatnot. I mean, it's hard to focus on one style of driving.
No, it really is.
I appreciate you putting on the broadcasts all year long. It's gonna suck having to wait till February, but No,
we got one in January. we got a broadcast in January.
Oh, that's right. And Daytona 24?
No, the Grand Nationals.
Doing that?
The 24-hour Daytona? No one told me about that. You guys got to let me know your special event calendar, because I got to take those days off sometimes.
I don't know if that's scheduled yet with iRacing. We'll have to see. I don't think they've submitted or released their 2021 schedule yet. But
once they release the 2021 schedule, let me know so I can take some calendar days so we can do some Bathurst again. I really want to do that. For sure, Sebrings. And maybe Nürburgring. This time we'll give it another go, and hopefully we last more than an hour.
Yeah.
No fault to Mike. I was just throwing a little jab out there. Definitely that track had a little bit of an upset section that just was not what they practiced. So it happens.
Yeah.
But let's see what that is. But Core's going to be challenging some of the other leagues that we broadcast. coming up January 10th. So you guys have a chance to hit the track as a team, racing as a team, representing Core as one whole, and trying to win some soft goods from Sparko.
Awesome. I feel bad for the other guys. Looking forward to it.
You got it, man. Great job out there, and hope you have a good night.
Cool. Appreciate it, man. Thanks, Darren.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, time to bring down Carl one last time. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, looks like Carl, I can't hear if you're talking. All right. Nope, still not working. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in for season 4, or the season 4 finale of iRacing Short Course. It was insane. Once again, championship winner Carl Handwerk, second time in a row. But definitely was not an easy win. He had a lot of challengers behind him. Kevin Foster, Nick Nickerson, who got knocked out a little bit earlier through the playoffs, but definitely was someone that had a dominating run. And then some of the other guys to not count, Willie Evernham and Paul Butler. Both those guys, very strong contenders on any course. So with that being said, thank you for tuning in and staying with us for this whole season. Don't forget to tune into tomorrow night's race for the Vintage Series, and then we'll be once again, I believe we have 2 weeks left on the Vintage, and then after that we're going to be taking a small vacation, coming back January 10th with a really awesome racing event, and then after that going into everyone's normal seasons. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be nice to have a little bit of vacation, but trust me, I miss broadcasting when it's more than 2 weeks of not broadcasting. I start to get antsy, so I'm definitely not going to stop broadcasting. But we will be transferring over to Racecraft, so I'll be posting about that probably all week when that happens until everyone gets the memo. But with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, Darren. Thank you for staying the whole run. I know these long races can be a little bit of an endurance run for even the broadcasters, and I really appreciate you joining me in the booth. It helps me out a ton.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me, man. It was a good time.
Thanks, man. Once again, thank you to everyone for tuning in. It was an awesome season, and I'll see you guys next time.